Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. I should be up and running. So if you see me, if you hear me, if I'm coming through your feed, whether it be on Instagram, whether it be on Facebook, or if you're even watching from the website, welcome, welcome, welcome. It is Tip Tuesday. How are you doing today? How are you feeling? I know I'm feeling amazing. I'm feeling so great. And honestly, it's the first time in a while that I have actually felt really prepared. Prepared. Not that I'm not usually prepared for what it is I want to say, but I feel prepared without having done as much work. So yeah, let me start by saying that I feel prepared without having to have done so much preparation like I usually do. I just feel confident about what I'm going to say today, and I'm just excited to share this topic with you guys. So if you hear me, if you are live and joining me, let me know that you are here, because if I do not see any comments, I don't actually know who's here or who's joining in. So it is Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. and I am here live on Facebook. Please let me know if you're here. And what else was I about to say? I totally lost my train of thought. That's what I was gonna say. I'm live right now. So if you're watching the replay and it is not a Tuesday and it is not 1:30 p.m., please leave me a comment letting me know that you stopped by. Let me know how this topic related to you, how it empowered you, and what you're working on, because this is kind of like broadcast, maybe the third one ever since I've been on this journey of building this year of timeless dreams now that we have created our vision board. So today's topic is really about another step on this journey of moving forward. And I've realized this past weekend there's something that's been stopping me. And so today's topic is, you want to move forward, but what's stopping you? So my name's Latonia Francois. I am the owner of Let's Write Life, and I started Let's Write Life to partner with organizations, self-development organizations really, and self-development programs that maybe are just a part of an after-school program or a woman's group or a church group, just different groups that are helping individuals move forward. I partner with organizations like this or that or them to give them an easy way to incorporate journaling into their programs. And I also do these broadcasts online to not only support them, but to also support you who have joined me here because you want to learn about journaling and how to use journaling in positive ways that will lead you to life change as well. So thank you to my awesome followers here who have been following me from the very beginning of this crazy journey online. I have really stepped far outside of my comfort zone to be online each and every week, bringing you guys new journaling topics, and I really appreciate those of you who have stuck along here with me. You guys know who you are: Anita, Nadine, Joanne, Herkins, Barbara, just all of you guys who continue to plug in here with me online, and those of you who show me love by commenting on my post over on Instagram and on Facebook. I just thank you guys so much for being on this journey with me, because it really inspires me to keep going, because I am seeing that people like you are really benefiting from it, and that's ultimately what these videos and broadcasts are all about. So let me see who's here. Okay, so I'm up and running. I probably should have checked on that first before I did that whole spiel, but I am here and I can see, hey, Noemi, hi. Hello, my friend. And I see Anita. Hello, hello. All right, guys. So okay. I got to give you the update. So I am working on making these broadcasts a bit shorter. Hey, Noemi. I'm making these broadcasts a bit shorter so that we can kind of focus in on one particular thing in more depth right now, especially since we're going into the summer. People are, well, I don't know how you guys are. I have little children, so they're getting out of school soon, and I got to be able to shift the way I'm managing my time, because usually I'm in here and I rush out to get the girls from school after the broadcast, but school's going to be ending soon, so now it's just a little bit of shift that I have to do. So let's get to today's topic. Over the weekend, I have been really pushing myself, or at least trying to push myself to continue moving forward on my journey of building a year of timeless dreams. And what that meant for me when I made my vision board, what I defined, what I wanted to be intentional about, is being able to run my own programs. I've been running programs at different places, but I would like to start running programs on my own outside of the organizations that I work with. Coming into this last month, I've been on like a whirlwind of events, and those events have brought me all over the place, this place, that place, and everything. So June, I set a goal for myself to learn how to run my Let's Write Life programs online, right? You guys know I've been saying for a while now, like, it's coming, I'm going to do some stuff online, and yes, I've been doing these broadcasts, but I haven't actually taught anything. I tried, or I don't say tried, I did run a vision board party online, but that, for me, is totally different than my journaling workshops. And so what I want to do is start to provide a space online where I am actually teaching how to journal and running journaling workshops, so that those of you who have been following along, you can experience the process of journaling with me that will only take you further in your journey through journaling and personal growth, you know? So thank you, Anita. That said, you know just how difficult it has been for me to just get online and do these broadcasts. And so this month, along with me working on figuring out all the details, all the technical steps, all the things I'd have to do in order to start running journaling workshops online, I also am at a place in the business where I need to take the next step with my programs that I work with and how I could be of better service to them. I say I partner with, self-development programs and organizations, right? Well, I need to be doing a little bit more outside of just the workshops here and there. So that said, I have come up with an idea that I want to move forward with, but I found myself this weekend in the process of planning it out, and I became absolutely terrified of the idea. It sounded good, and in my mind, I had the confidence to run with the idea, and I was like, yes, I'm doing this. Up here, it sounded good. It made sense. Up here, I'm like, yes, let's do this. But to be honest, guys, days started to pass. And my mind was like, LaTonya, get this done. This is what you need to do. And I found myself days and days saying this up here, but down here, my soul, and down here with my actions and my hands, they were like, no. They were like, no, I'm not moving. I'm just I'll do it tomorrow. Or, I'm too tired. And my body was like, who's doing that? It was like a total conflict of interest going on between my mind and my body, my physical ability to do the things that I need to do in order to move forward. And it was like a straight reality check for me this weekend, because I had to stop. When I realized what was happening, I could say my mind is telling me do this, do this. My mind is confident. My mind is ready to do these things that I said I wanted to do. But I found myself not physically putting those things into action. So I say this all the time. Writing is not going to build your dreams for you. Journaling is not going to make your dreams come to life. It is your actions behind those words, behind what you're journaling about, that's going to bring your dreams and goals to life. And here I am. I'm doing lots of things, right? I'm doing a lot. But in this particular area, I'm like, my mind is way ahead of my physical body. My mind, body, and soul are not in sync. How many of you guys have found yourself in a place like this where you're like, your mind is like, I'm doing this, but your actions are like way back there. Like you're sitting around in your bed or on a couch or at your desk, twiddling your thumbs, and you're planning, doing all this busy work, but it ain't leading to anything because you're procrastinating, or you find yourself kind of running out of time, and all of these excuses and things are like kind of happening, and your goals are not happening. How many of you guys know what I'm talking about? So again, here we are again with another soul check. Because ultimately I had to say to myself, LaTonya, okay, what is stopping you? Last week we talked about what do you need to help you move forward, right? I did a guided journaling. And I asked you guys, what do you need in order for you to move forward, right? What's the outward solution to help you move forward? This week, what I want to ask you guys is, what is stopping you from moving forward? Because what I realized is the solution or the answers you may have said for what you need to move forward may not necessarily provide a solution to what's stopping you from moving forward, right? And that's exactly where I'm finding myself. I know what I need to move forward, but the things that I need are not providing a solution to the things that are stopping me from moving forward. And so I wanted to give you guys a journaling prompt today that you can use to help you if you find yourself in the same predicament that I'm in. And this is actually what I ended up doing. So every single week I do these journaling podcasts because I want to expand your mind to all of the different ways you can go about navigating life, navigating your process and journey of personal growth, because what may work for someone may not work for you. And whatever situation, every situation that you face does not always work with the same solution. For example, if you have a cold, you take cold medicine. If you break your leg, you're not going to take cold medicine. So it's just like that with journaling. Whatever the situation is, there's a different remedy to the solution or what it is that you need in order to move forward. And so this is the same thing here. Moving forward now, I know we all don't have the same goals, right? So you'd have to modify this in the way that will work for you. So here's what I want you guys to do. On a page in your journal, if you're dealing with a goal that you feel something is stopping you from moving forward with that particular goal, we're going to zone in right now. Zone in, narrow in get into very specific focus on the one particular goal that you must achieve in order for you to move forward. For me, my one particular goal is building the online course. Like, I have to make it happen because I gave myself the first half of this year learning and getting comfortable with running courses on my own. And I've been doing them here at my office in my own space. Now that I've had 6 months of figuring that out and getting comfortable with it, I told myself by June, it's time for me to take it online. And I have to face this barrier. I have to face this giant, even though it scares me, because if I don't face it, I'll never achieve this goal, or I'll never get to a place where I'm finally comfortable with it. And so the only way for you to get comfortable with it is this. You need to prepare. And so I'm going to help you prepare for your big goal that maybe makes you feel scared or maybe makes you feel really anxious about moving forward. Preparation limits the fear of moving forward. All right, so in your journal, I want you to write down the one particular goal that you want to focus on, that you must do to move forward. Now, what I want you to do for the second step is find someone to tell what is stopping you too. So find somebody, a trusted person. Here's why. You may be thinking in your mind all of the things that terrify you, right? And you may have written it down. But when you write it down, you may have not thought through every last step or detail that is actually preventing you from moving forward. And I hope you guys can still hear me and the internet is not messing up. But I want you to write down what it is. No, I want you to share your the answer to that question, what is stopping you, with someone you trust, someone who's encouraging, someone who you don't mind sharing this question with, the answer to this question with. And if you don't have somebody who can help you or you feel you can share this information with, I want you to record yourself and just start by saying, okay, for me it's, LaTonya, what is stopping you? Think about the goal and start to say, what scares me about this goal is XYZ, whatever it is for you. For me, what scares me about starting my journaling programs online is that I feel like I don't fully understand the tools that I would need to use in order to bring my goal to life. I'm not comfortable with the tools. And then for me, I also have this fear that nobody will show up. It's a free webinar that's happening this month, so I'm hoping that you show up. But it's the fear of, okay, no one will show up. Then there's the fear of no one will show up. And then, that the way that I run my journaling programs in person won't have the same, won't have the same intimacy that I have in person. No, when I have my workshops in person, I'm afraid that when I have this webinar online, it won't maintain the same intimacy, the same in-person environment experience that I have when I do my workshops in person. I don't use PowerPoints. I like to keep the atmosphere of my workshops very personal and not lecture driven, but just very interactive. And online, I wonder, how will people interact? Well, I can't do, group activities or put people in pairs to partner and get to know each other. And so those thoughts scare me. They make me feel like, oh my gosh, is this gonna work? People don't typically journal online. This is a hands-on kind of thing. So I just began to talk to someone about this, just going through all the different things that scare me about the process of moving forward with this one particular goal. And so as I was sharing this, the person was just taking notes of the different things for me. And so you can have someone write down on a piece of paper, just a small piece of paper, a size that you can fit into your journal, or you can just take notes as you're conversating with the person. You can just both sit there and make sure you get all the notes for all the reasons of the things that are stopping you and just put it in your journal, right? After I went through that process of just writing it all down, what I realized is what scares me is that I've never done it before, which is typically expected, right? For any goal that you have, you are afraid because you've never done it before. And any time that you're working on your personal growth or trying to achieve life change, you're always going to be faced with things that you have never done before. So I realized I have to do more to help me prepare and get familiar with this life change. So the third thing that I want you to do is, once you've made your list, I want you to make a detailed agenda for yourself. I'm going to call it your success agenda. And on this success agenda, I want you to list out how you can live this goal in a practice mode, okay? So for me, hey Barbara, thanks for joining. So what I want you to do, or what I'm doing for me, is I'm making a list of how I can do a practice run of this before people show up, before you show up, before anybody comes. I'm going to plan a practice run, because what lessens fear is familiarity, preparation, action. So what kind of actions, what kind of things can you plan in order to help you get familiar with this goal, or the process of bringing this goal to life, before you actually take the leap? So maybe you're relocating, maybe you're going back to school, whatever your goal is, how can you get more comfortable around that thing? So I know I have a few friends who are relocating right now, and that makes me so sad. But I'm going to talk to this because I know a few of you here are watching and you may be in that boat. So when I think about what my friend is doing, he lives in Brockton, Massachusetts right now, and he's moving to California. Sorry guys, I have my window open, so there's an ambulance going by. But you can't just pick up your bags and go. But maybe what you can do is plan a pre-trip. I know that requires money, but it allows you to get familiar with the process, acting out what it would be like for you to move to this new place. And if you're not able to make the trip, what is very helpful is connecting with people who've already done what you are thinking to do. For example, if you're relocating, who do you know who has relocated? What was their journey like? Can they support you as you begin yours? Or can you start making connections with people who are in the area that you are going to, so that when you get there, you have people that you can know. Maybe you talk to them over the phone. Maybe you do a meeting online with them to get to know them, and they can help you make that transition much easier. For me, what I am working on, my goals to help me overcome this fear of taking the next step of being and doing things online, is I'm actually setting up meetings with people who are already doing these things online to do a test run of the workshop with me. So that way when I go live, it's not like I'm a fish out of water who's never done this before. I'll have some practice time under my belt, and I will have kind of worked through the kinks of things. And so ultimately, that is what's going to limit the fear that is stopping you from moving forward. Does that make sense? Give me a thumbs up, give me a heart to let me know that this made sense to you. Now, if you would like, you can leave me some notes in the comments around a goal that maybe you feel afraid to move forward with. And if you're looking for some tips or ideas to help you kind of move forward, or some suggestions on what you could do for your particular situation, thank you guys for the thumbs and the happy faces and the hearts and all the love. Definitely let me know in the comments, and maybe we can work through these things together, because ultimately this is our journey. As I'm moving forward, I am hoping and praying that you're moving forward too, because that's what journaling is all about. You may come to my page and maybe this is the first time you're watching, but when it comes to journaling in my world, it's all about journaling toward personal growth. We're not sitting here reflecting on life. We're not sitting here just, focusing on our stress reduction or how to cope with depression that I do face still in my life. It's all about putting anchors and using journaling as a tool of empowerment to help push me forward and not dwell in the spaces that hold me back, right? Those places that hold me back in my life. And so I hope that today's topic was very meaningful and empowering to you, and that it gives you some perspective to think about when it comes to how you can journal as you're moving forward. Because I know for me, I kept trying to move forward with this. My mind was like, yes, we're doing it. Yes, we're doing it. Let's go. Let's go. We are confident. We are fearless. And ultimately, my body was like, no, we are not doing this. No, are you crazy? No, why do you keep doing this, girl? Who's telling you to do this? I was having a serious conflict of interest. I was having a real battlefield. My mind was not in the battle. It was a straight, like, mind and heart, soul kind of thing. And I'm like, God, I'm procrastinating. I keep saying I'm going to do stuff, and I'm just not doing it at all. What is up? And so I talked to a friend of mine, right? And as I'm telling her over the phone what it is I'm trying to do, and I automatically had already had in my mind, like, oh my gosh, are they going to like it? Is this going to work? What am I doing? And she just responded just instantly, just rolled off her tongue like, oh my gosh, before she even knew how I felt, how scared I was about the thing. She was just like, oh my gosh, Latonia, I love this idea. What if it turns into a wildfire? With one therapist, they really like the idea, and all of a sudden they tell their friend, and all of a sudden it becomes this big thing. And of course, that scared me. You ever have that saying? Thank you guys for the hearts and the thumbs up. You ever heard that saying that goes, how does it go? It goes, success scares you. I don't know. I don't know. I'll have to put it in the comments later. Of course, it's just totally escaping my mind. But it was like the possibility of, it's basically saying that sometimes success can scare you. If you guys know what quote it is I'm trying to say, definitely put it in the comments so I can be reminded. But it's basically saying that, like, the potential for success is scary, or that it sometimes will scare you, or your success will scare you. And I understand it now, but I remember years ago thinking, how in the world can you be afraid of success? Like, why would you be afraid of success? And now I'm in a situation where I'm just like, or I've been in situations over the last few years where being afraid of success is a real thing, because you're like, okay, they said yes, or the people showed up. You have a dream, you want to see it come to life, and then when it happens, you're like, crap, I gotta keep this thing rolling now. And it's scary. It's scary because it's something you've never done before, and then when it works out and it happens, it's unreal. And so it was really nice when I was able to share with my friend, what was scaring me about the process. And then hearing her response was kind of like, gosh, I didn't think about it like that. I didn't think about the success that would come with it. Of course, then I thought about the success that would come with it, and then that made me scared. Like, crap, I could be successful? Oh my gosh, what if people come? Am I going to have enough help? I already need enough help and blah, blah. And I just, had to let those negative thoughts go. But what I held on to was, yeah, I can be successful. Stop worrying about zoning in on where the problems may arise and, my technical difficulties and all that. And think about, what if it works? What if it works? And so I'm going to go into this week, or I came into this week, really setting myself up to getting the practice run in place. I have 2 good weeks to make this thing happen. So by the time it does go live, and I do get to see you guys in the webinar later this month, I am going to be a rock star, killing it online for you. Check me out. Yep. Thanks, guys, for the hearts and the thumbs up. So Anita saying, you can do it. It will be awesome. See, thank you, Anita. And then Barbara saying, same with me, last minute Susie and procrastination Patty, right? And then I see Barbara saying, I'm definitely afraid of success, and more so the process of success. Yeah, right? Exactly. And that's exactly how I feel as well. And so these tips that I shared today, these journaling prompts, are really going to help us be able to move forward. Practice makes progress. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so I am going to put a link with this video, inviting you guys to join me online for my very first webinar. It's called Journal Space, which is Journal Space is the workshops that I do every month, teaching new journaling strategies and tips. So now I'm bringing it online, and the first workshop that I'm going to be doing is called Intro to Journaling. So this is kind of like a basic intro to journaling that will help launch us as we move forward on this journey. All right, so hey, Erin, thank you guys so much for joining. I'm going to pop off because I got to go pick up my girls from school. So Barbara is saying, right, can't focus on the maybe problem. Yes, girl. And then Erin is saying, yay. Yay! All right, my friends, I'm going to jump off. Thanks for watching. Until next time, you're worth writing for. You always were. You always will be. Okay, let's write live. Bye-bye.